Chatting with Charmaine? Well, here's your host, Charmaine Winter.
Do it again. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Chatting with Charmaine. Oh, this week's edition of Chatting with Charmaine, my guest list is jam-packed. First, I've got psychotherapist Nikita Banks. She's joining me live, you guys. Then, someone who's familiar to you, Misty Johnson is back. That's right. But hey, this lady wears so many hats, and she's coming back as my second guest, a home stylist. And we're going to finish out the show with a wonderful live performance by singer Erica Renee McKinney. She's in the house. So you're going to want to call all your friends, all right? I'm giving you this moment. This is your notice right now. Call all your friends. Let them know they got to get on Instagram and watch Chatting with Charmaine live because it's going to be fire. So I got a question for you. What does it mean to be happy? There are almost as many songs and books about happiness as there are about love, right? So what does it mean to be happy? Sometimes an event can make you happy, like watching, a child graduate or a baby's birth. And sometimes you can be happy with getting something new, right? Who doesn't like getting a new car, a new house, something new? New makes us happy. A promotion. Other times, a person can be instrumental in making you happy, right? It's the way they make you feel. And so perhaps for you, happiness is it's a sense of accomplishment, right? For, a job well done. Maybe it's shutting out the world for an hour each week so you can watch Chatting with Charmaine. Or it could be recognizing that, we're really blessed, just truly blessed. But if you catch yourself feeling really warm inside and simply smiling for no apparent reason, then you've found my happy. That's a contented state of being. That's what makes me happy. As I invite up my very first guest to... That's working. We'll try the invite button. I'm going to see. She's an expert on finding happy. Hey, Ms. Wait a minute here. I don't even know what's called. Nikita Banks.
Nikita?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Formally, let me see here. Psychotherapist.
No, I'm still a psychotherapist. Yes.
Yes. Sorry. I'm being formal. You're correct. I misspoke. So, psychotherapist, podcast host, author, and a whole bunch more titles, but we only have so much time. I'm going to let everyone have an opportunity to get to know you as I have this past week. Welcome to Chatting with Charmaine.
Thank you for having me.
I am thrilled to have you. I feel like I know you so well because that's from doing all my snooping I've been doing. So, as I mentioned at the top of the show, you're an author, and you've written a book called Finding Happy. And man,
yep.
Although I have yet to read it, I'm excited because that makes you an expert on what it means to be happy. And so, what does it mean to be happy for you?
Autonomy.
Yeah.
Makes me be happy. I'm a Libra, so equilibrium, peace, right? Whether that's just peace in my home space or peace of mind, right?
Right.
And so, what makes me happy in this season of my life is just kind of being around people who share my values, being around friends and family, and cultivating spaces that are aligned with the feelings that I want to have, and the experiences that I want to, have. right? And so for me, when I wrote the book, it was really about being able to cultivate those spaces in every area of my life, whether it was finances or family or friends. And just kind of doing that self work allowed me to get that, get that peace in my space.
I'm loving that. I'm loving what I'm hearing you say. And I'm also, I don't know if you can see, but we're getting a bunch of feedbacks in the comment
I'm
here.
afraid of
And so,
comments, girl. I ain't looking at the
okay,
comments. I'll be
okay,
afraid.
okay. This is a positive space. Chatting with Charmaine show usually is. I've got the best audience on the gram.
I believe you. I believe you.
So it's they always have nothing but love. And if not, I got a moderator, just boot out any of those haters. But they're saying things like incredible and outstanding. So let me ask you this. I would like for you, because I can imagine by the title of the book, Finding Happy, it wasn't always the case. So describe an experience when you were working with clients who maybe experienced some trauma. Was that helpful or harmful for you when you were writing your book, when you were in that space?
So let's back up a little bit. So my journey to practitioner came from me being a patient. I was depressed. Everybody in my space, all my friends were depressed. So just me being in a perpetual state of sadness was kind of like normal, right? I reached out to my friends. If y'all haven't noticed, I'm Black. So when I reached out to my family and friends, told them, "Hey, I'm depressed. I think I want to go to therapy." They were like, "Well, just pray." But the Bible that I read says faith without works is dead, right? So of course I grew up in church, but I needed to learn how to do the work and the skill development necessary in order for me to heal that trauma. And once I was able to heal some of that and I felt better, just getting an outside perspective on what I was going through, I was like, hey, I think I could do this, right? All arrogant stuff. And so being able to like work with clients who look like me, being able to work in spaces and provide therapy, either free or low cost or full, my full salary, okay, clients, it brings me a lot of joy to be able to do that. So when I do work with clients who have trauma, I remember what that looks like. I lead with and I just try to, plant the seeds. Everybody that comes to therapy, unfortunately, are not ready. So what I try to do is at least give them the option to be a resource to them when they are ready to actually fully heal.
Nikita, you led perfectly into my next question, because that's what I was going to ask you. You touched on the fact that, not everyone's ready. And I was going to say, how do you handle a situation where a client is resistant to therapy or they're not making any progress?
I generally don't see a lot of clients that are not making progress. I mean, people either come or they don't come, right? So what ends up happening for people who are not ready, either they'll be honest with you and they say, well, hey, I'm not ready, or either they will stop coming to therapy. And what we do is we try to reach out to them, see if they need additional resources, to see what we could do to facilitate, that space for them to be ready. But I'm not in a position to hold anybody hostage to my idea of what their healing is. I understand that, especially because I do a lot of employee assistance work, which is free therapy. And so a lot of people will come to me and say, hey, I'm curious about therapy, fix me. And I'm like, that's not how this works, right? Coming at an alarming rate, which is good to try therapy, but it really truly works when you're ready to work it. And so what I tell my clients all the time, I'm an emotional Uber driver. You pick the destination. I tell you the fastest, quickest way to get there. I know all of the traffic routes, but you are the one who picks the destination. And so if you come to therapy, generally what I would like for clients to do is either have goals in mind and things that they want to work on so that we could start to get to work. And the way that I do therapy is solution focused. I look at every problem that they present, or every situation that they present outside of diagnostic stuff, as problems that need solutions, and we work on actioning steps to do that. And sometimes people are not ready, as I stated. Some people are getting ready to get ready. And so we have those conversations, and I weed out and try to figure out who's ready and who's not ready. And I have the conversation that suits them by meeting them where they are.
That's beautiful. So my final question, and then we're going to shift directions a little bit. My final question about this is, if you're in a position where you are, a family member or a friend of someone who needs help, how do you go about supporting them, to supporting them in their journey towards mental health, mental well-being?
Well, a simple thing that we could do is just simply ask them, how can I support you? I think a lot of times we try to show up for people the way we want people to show up for us, and it's not necessarily meeting their needs, right? Like if I'm thirsty and I assume you're thirsty, but you're hungry, and I offer you something to drink, you're not going to be full, right?
Right.
So kind of asking them, well, how can I best support you in whatever struggle they have or whatever they're going through, and then be able to do that. The second thing that they could do is just get resources. There are plenty of resources out there for people who are struggling, who have family members or whatever, through NAMI, through their EAP services at work, etc. And so free and low cost sources to be able to gain the knowledge to be able to assist them, but also first put your mask on first. Um, I often tell clients when they call me and say, hey, my family member wants to be in therapy, I will ask them if they are in therapy.
Right.
Because once I got therapy, it kind of reverberated in my community, where more and more of my friends get into therapy, where at first they were resistant. But then after a while, they kept saying, what did your therapist say about that? Well, go get your own.
So anyway, we're going to move on because time is flying and there's so much. We can't cover all of that, but I'm going to encourage you, if what she has said has intrigued you, go on over to her page, DM her, and I'm sure she'll either be able to assist you. I don't know if you do remote work, or she'll be able to direct you to resources that are out there. And I see some people are saying they're intrigued. So let me ask you this. We're shifting gears just a little bit, but you're also a podcast host. And what was that journey like for you, getting,
Being a woman of color and going to therapy and being a therapist, I kind of understood that I would need to combat the stigma. And so my first few years of podcasting, I was just like, I'm gonna come on here and talk about my own journey.
Mm-hmm.
So that I could combat the stigma, because it was like, hey, I'm a Black therapist, and people are like, well, we don't need that, right? And so in the years that I've been in the field, I've seen a shift in the education as well as the awareness therapy. And so when I started the podcast, was just to raise awareness of, okay, I have this degree, or I wrote this, or I read a few books, I don't have it all figured out. And healing is a journey that I'm also on with our clients.
I thank you for your bravery, because that takes a lot of guts to do that, to admit and be so naked, so vulnerable with it. So if you could program one of your organs to perform a supernatural superpower,
Okay.
what would it do?
One of my organs?
One of your organs. We're gonna
Like,
say in your body.
I don't know.
Well, let's break it down. Let's talk about what superpower would it be first.
I think I have my superpower. I think I'm operating in my superpower space, kind of like empathy. My superpower, honestly, kind of, getting to the finish line. I see things, and sometimes seeing the big picture that allows me to be able to put places and pieces in place for my clients. So I feel like I'm operating in my superpower. I could always get better, but I think that I'd like to sleep more, but that don't have nothing to do with my organ.
According to some dietitians, it does, but that is for another show. Misty, I got you. We'll get you up here when it's time. Yeah. Okay. And so, final question for you, Nikita. Oh, geez, I got so many, but okay. What does a day in your life look like? I think that'll cover it.
Okay, so I'm working from home, and we have a new puppy. So waking up, taking him outside. Hopefully, I get to wash my face, right? Pulling that puppy down. Just getting in my office, reading some emails, getting on the computer, and connecting with my client. And I can be sitting there for hours, just kind of running around, getting my lunch, taking the dog out, and now I'm here, right? So that's kind of like what my day looks like now. Until we're back in our office in Brooklyn.
Okay, and so you're out of your office for what reason?
Well, we've just kind of been operating, remotely, just because it's, I'm licensed in 4 different states, which is New York, New Jersey, Maryland, New York, New Jersey, Georgia, and Massachusetts.
Okay.
And so I see clients remote in the that I'm not in. I have an office in my home office in New Jersey, and then my actual office is in Brooklyn, New York.
Okay, beautiful. I have so enjoyed this conversation. We didn't even delve into your book, but my understanding is that you got 7 steps
to relationships that will not steal your joy. The book is basically about boundaries and how to actively curate and cultivate safe spaces for you to be in. And it requires for you to do some self-work. It's actually like a workbook.
Right.
I tell personal stories and give examples, and then I ask probing questions. And it's generally like a companion. Hopefully you're in therapy, you write down stuff, you explore things, and then you explore the rest of it either through therapy with me or with anybody. And it's on Amazon.
All right. Well, you guys, it's called Finding Happy. It's by Nikita Banks. You're going to want to check it out. But first of all, you're going to want to check out what she's doing here on the gram and on her site and her other socials. So Nikita, thank you so much. I've enjoyed this conversation. Learned a ton in the nanosecond that we've had here. You've covered such a good base on some of the aids that are available for anyone who is looking to find help, seek help either on a mental health journey, repairing any trauma in their lives, and starting with that. But please, would you take the next few moments, because you're hanging with us, right? We got you for our next 45 minutes.
Yep.
So please take a few minutes to, number one, put your best contact in the comments, so that everyone who wants to reach out to you knows where to reach you. And then scroll through the comments, because I think you'll be pleasantly surprised at what's there. And right now, I'm going to welcome up the wonderful, the talented, the equally busy lady, Misty Johnson's joining us. Hey, Misty.
Hey.
So happy to have you here. Welcome to Chatting with Charmaine again.
Thank you for having me back.
I am thrilled to have you back. Misty, you've been with us a little while. We're talking about happiness today. I wanted to ask you, what's your definition of happiness?
I knew you were going to ask me that. I think for me, at the age that I'm at now, it's when, and I'm sure everybody can relate to this, when your children are truly happy, are okay, you are happy. And I can tell you this for sure, when they are not okay, you are not happy.
Okay.
So that's probably my number one.
So family, yes. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And so everyone, let me formally introduce you to this lady again. She's multi-talented. Last time we had her on Chatting with Charmaine, she was showing us how to keep fit and have a journey to wellness at any age. We had our workout. I mean, I have so many comments from that episode, Misty, with people loving that chair dancing we were doing.
Well, I'm going to tell you, it went viral, I think, after that again. It's amazing the amount of followers I got since that. It's crazy.
Well, it was fun. It was a lot of fun, and it was fantastic. But imagine my surprise, everyone, when I'm like, scrolling through, and there I see Misty talking about how she not only does that and so many other things, but one of her hats that she wears is that she is a home stylist. And so I said, Misty, you got to come back in the second role. We got to see how you living. We want to know. That's the Snoop. And so you're here to share, you know, how you're living. I wanted to ask you, what's your favorite space to style?
I really love doing a kitchen. I think those are really fun, and I think it's the really the heart of the house where everybody's together, your dining space, your kitchen. So we really like to do those open concepts. But what I really enjoy is little small nooks and crannies of the house that you get to kind of like put a different little spin on. We have a 100-year-old home we're remodeling right now for the
Wow.
couple. The couple in it, his dad was raised there. His grandmother lived there. And poor thing, she doesn't want to go back in it because she don't want to see it changed. But under the stairway, we opened it up and we have a bookcase and we have part of the wood from the house, original, is going to stay there. So we're using things throughout the house. We're keeping them instead of putting them mute. And we're going to design a little space, a reading nook for the kids under the stairway.
It sounds fantastic. Misty, your time is flying. We need you to turn that camera around. Where are you showing us tonight?
Let's see. Now my space, we remodeled here. How do I, yeah, here we go. Okay. We bought this house. It was 10 years old when we bought it, and we came in and wanted to do a whole lot of things to it. But honestly, I said, you know what? I'm going to do what makes the most impact and saves me money because I'm busy. I'm not here, and I don't want to spend $45,000 on a kitchen. That was before COVID, so it was not as expensive as it is now. So we took the top cabinets and painted them white. We added this shelf here in the middle. My style for me is a little bit of a modern farmhouse. I would love to change my countertops, but I'm not ready to spend that money, and I don't think it's necessary. I like vintage items. So this is an old scale that comes from that diner restaurant we bought. So that's everything that I have is kind of personal to me in some way or another. I like adding pops of color in. Let's see. My coffee bar was on the street. I picked it up and brought it home. It was being thrown away. And I love having coffee in here every day.
I love the mix too,
Yes.
right? Because you've added in a piece that is a furniture piece, but then you've got the built-ins. What a great mix.
We added the cypress casing. It wasn't there before. It was just an opening. So I really love the white and wood. These two ends were bookcases that went all the way to the ceiling. So we took half of that down to open up the space. We added the shiplap wall. And my little record player over here was also a find on Facebook. So I really love having those pieces like that. I love greenery. I love putting that in the space and warming it up. You can see here my camera because I am a photographer. So I have those pieces that are kind of vintage right here. And the books that I have are all books that I have read. So that's another favorite for me. That it's kind of all personal to me.
And what would you call this style? What is this?
I think it's a mix of modern farmhouse, a little bit of country. I'm in Louisiana. My house is an Acadian style house. It's got the front porch all across the front. It's got if it was daylight, I could show you. It's a beautiful swing on the front porch with the pillows and the greenery all around. So, yeah, that's about it.
I love that it's collected, because that's what I call it, right? And you shared the story how you're collecting these pieces and they mean something to you.
Oh, I have one more good piece. My what they call like a mudroom where you enter the house.
Yes.
This was on sale, the lockers on Facebook, and I had to have them. So I styled this probably 4 years ago when we moved here, and I wanted the color. So I took the wall. It's getting dark in here now, but I did just a little design on this wall just for fun.
So that's
and
stencil, right?
Actually, I did all that by hand.
Wow.
Yeah. And we have like a little mud bench here where you can sit and put your shoes on if you have to. welcome right when you open the door. So it's just a little mix of everything. And when I started doing this on Facebook years ago, I just had so many compliments, and our business grew so much locally from people seeing it that I don't have time to post on it anymore. But you're making me want to again.
Okay, so one thing I'm going to ask you to do, we're almost out of time, but can you go back right in there? Because I think that was my favorite spot. I wanted you to back up because I wanted to see that bench. I didn't get to see it based on where the camera angle is.
Bench?
Yeah, there we go. Okay, yeah. I had just wanted to see that one more time, so I love that. Thank you.
Yeah. So that's about it. It's we wanted to take it and make it our own, but I did it the most economical way that I could, and that's what we have.
Beautiful, beautiful. Misty, thank you so much for sharing with us tonight your sense of beautiful and the space that truly makes you happy. I am going to welcome up now, invite up my final guest of the night, because you guys know what time it is. It's game challenge time. So welcome up. Hey, Erica, how are you?
Hey, how are you girls? So
Doing
pretty.
fantastic. Man, this show is going so well. I'm frightened. Usually I have some sort of technical glitches. So welcome to Chatting with Charmaine. So happy to meet you here formally, because I've been stalking you and listening to your music all week long. Well, a little longer than that, but all week long, intensely.
Yeah.
So I cannot wait to hear you perform a little bit later. But right now we're going to get into the game challenge. You guys who are not familiar, the game challenge is a surprise to all of my guests. They are awesome for allowing me to surprise them. And that's the only way we could figure out to keep it truly fair. So they have no idea what this challenge is. It truly is a challenge. And so tonight's challenge is I'm going to be showing you guys a picture of a famous person. Okay? Now you guys need to tell me who they are and maybe why they're famous. And if you don't know, I need you to make it up, because what's going to happen is the twist is that the other players are going to guess if you're right or wrong. So you better either get the right answer or make up such a good story that they can't tell that you don't know the right answer. Got it? All right. We're going to start with our resident psychotherapist. And we'll go in order of how you join the show. So first it'll be you, Nikki, and then we'll go to Misty and Erica, and we'll go in that order. You've got 15 seconds. So let's be fast about this. Keeps it a lot more fun. Okay, here we go. This is
Roger Nelson, Prince.
All right. So anyone want to challenge her? Let me know if y'all believe her, or is she get that right?
I know for a fact who it is.
Mm-hmm.
One of my all-time favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So was she right, or you guys? Is anybody?
She's right.
Oh, she's right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Yes, she is right. All right.
I already know what it is.
All right. Misty, who's this? Look at the eyes, sister.
I want to say like one of the Kardashians. Kim Kardashian.
Is she right? Or okay? You both are saying no. So who? Okay. So first of all, Misty, they don't believe you. All right.
I'm not sure if I believe you.
Okay, ladies, who is it?
Miley Cyrus.
You got it, Erica. The points go to you. Yeah.
Now I see it.
Okay. It's in the eyes. It was in the eyes. All right. Coming at you, Erica. Who is this lady?
Beyonce.
Anybody want to challenge her? She got that right. I'm just telling you. Okay, here we go. We're going to go a little faster. All right. Now that you guys, you have one under your belt, you got it.
Molly
Nikki?
Ringwald? It looks like Molly Ringwald.
Okay. Everybody agree with her? Is that Molly Ringwald?
It does look like her.
Yeah, it does.
Ooh, no points delivered there. Y'all, it does look like Molly, doesn't it? But you know who it is? It's Jennifer Garner.
Oh. Well.
The eyes again. Look at the eyes.
Yeah, the dimples.
It does look like Molly Ringwald.
It does. It does. It does. But that's Jennifer, I promise you. All right, Misty, let's see if you get this one.
Easy.
Michael Jackson.
Who's oh, okay. Who?
Nope.
All right, go ahead.
Nope.
Challenge her. Go ahead. Yep, go ahead.
It's Drake.
Nikki. Yeah, that's Drake. I saw you, Missy. I saw you dancing up to this.
And he has on skates.
Okay, Erica, it looks like, oh, good. You're not frozen. Here we go.
You better get that.
I thought for sure you could get this one, sister. Let me tell you why. Let me give you one quick
Music.
little hint. Because you were wearing that wedding dress.
Oh.
Okay. Anybody want to check?
Bill Boswald.
No. Go ahead, Nikki.
David Bowie.
David Bowie.
Now
I
I
tried
see
to
it.
give you a hint. White wedding.
Oh. Good one.
Okay, Nikki. Who is this? Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a dream, you guys. This is Black History Month, and I had to throw him in there. This is a young Martin Luther King. Okay. Here we go, Misty.
Oh.
Does anybody know who this famous woman is?
Get closer.
Okay.
Yeah, closer.
Misty, she loves to dance just like you.
Oh, I have no idea then.
Cute.
She's
I'm
pretty famous. She can move her hips just like you.
Shakira.
Almost. Very close. Any guesses from the challengers? Okay, that's Christina Aguilera.
Oh.
Yeah, very close. Very close. Here you go, Erica. And we're coming to our final ones here.
That is.
Let's see if she... You're supposed to make up a good story.
Jada Pinkett Smith.
Oh.
Okay, go ahead, Nikki. Tell her.
Wayne, The Rock.
Absolutely. Here's the final one, and I'm gonna just put it out there. So go ahead and yell if you know who it is, because this is the final one. Here we go.
I don't know.
No guesses with this?
Is it Jennifer Aniston?
Yeah,
Yes,
Jennifer Aniston.
it is Misty
Yeah.
at last. I'm glad to get you finally on the board.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, you guys, you did well.
I do.
I never know who, if you guys are gonna really know these celebs or not, because I've played this version before, and I've had people come on here and they're not into celebrities, so it's always a risk. But yeah, this was a great game. Thank you for being such good sports and great players. Tonight's winner, of course, is our psychotherapist, Nikki Banks. Just ran away with this.
You did good.
But thank you all for playing along. And so now it's that time of the show where we're going to learn a little bit more about you, Erica. So the question of tonight's show is, what makes you happy?
Honestly making my husband happy. If he's happy and I feel like I'm in my purpose and I'm doing what I'm called to do on this earth, that makes me happy, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I always thought it was the other way around, right? If mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy.
Right. True. This is true.
So, for me, my partners, have been a little bit more concerned with making sure I'm happy.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, I know.
Happy spouse, but it's
That's
happy.
right.
Happy.
There you go. Absolutely, 100%. I love that answer. And almost as much as I loved hearing all your music all week, delving in to your posts, you did a post that I just found so fascinating because you, I think it was actually a live. You talked about your process. How you actually do your creativity on a set day, and it's one day for creativity and one day for doing left brain things,
business.
And I just thought that was so cool, so different. You have a left brain day and a right brain day, as you say. So how long have you been doing this, and how'd you come up with it, and why?
Since 2018. The reason why I owned a business, a salon, and I was burned out because I'm creative, I'm right-brained, and I was trying to use my left brain. So I wrote a book in the meantime about how to overcome burnout and have longevity, and I'm fixing to release a podcast to show people what I mean and why and how. And that's the only way I could do all of these hundred things I'm doing without burning out and being happy.
I love that. And
Thank you.
I mean, it just seems so novel, and as you explain it, pretty simple, but
and it's learning yourself, being aware.
But I suspect, that it's going to be a revelation for many people. So much success to you with your podcast. And did you say you wrote a book already, or you're going to?
It's almost done. I'm in the process of trying to get it finished. Yeah.
Beautiful. So definitely let us know when it's written, and we'll give it a shout out too.
Okay.
And so your voice is so captivating. It's so rich. It's so powerful.
Thank you.
I just enjoy hearing you sing. I mean, you put such a spin.
Thank you.
I thought for the longest time that you were a gospel artist. And then I went down a rabbit hole and found a whole bunch of other stuff too.
Yeah.
So you just have such versatility. So where can folks purchase your music? Because I figure after they hear you tonight, if they're just being introduced, they're going to be like, whoa, where can I get more? So
it's everywhere right now. And I'm fixing to go record another album in April with some newer stuff, and then I've got lots of stuff wrote. So, but it's everywhere right now. My current album.
Okay.
The 3 songs. I'm sorry.
So everywhere, as in on all the social channels, right?
Apple, iTunes, Amazon, YouTube, everywhere.
Okay. Yeah. And then we're gonna pop in here in the comments. We're gonna do that for you because you'll be performing shortly. But we're gonna put on here your contact, so at the very least they can DM you. I know you're responsive, and if they can't figure out where to get what they want to get, they'll be able to reach out to you on your social.
Yeah, and I'm real active on TikTok. I've been finding a lot more success on TikTok, so I'm way more active on there.
Okay, don't say that T word because I don't want Instagram to shut us down.
Right. I've been trying to be active on here. Thanks to you, I have 100 new followers.
That's what the Chatting with Charmaine effect is.
I woke up and I was like, wow.
Chatting with Charmaine effect. So what are you performing for us tonight?
I'm going to do like a medley of 3 songs. It's one about knowing who you are. The other one is overwhelmed, and then the other one is boundaries.
Oh. So. Beautiful. So I guess we're totally in sync with our first guest this morning.
Yeah, and the boundaries one right now is in a gospel set, but I plan to have it in I want to make these a little bit more secular to reach a broader audience. I just don't have those words charted yet.
All right. Take it away.
All right, here we go.
Do you know who you are? Do you even know the one who founded you long, long ago? He knows the number of your days and the hairs on your head. His promises are yes, yes and amen. So find out who you are, maker of the sun, moon, and stars. He knows your whole existence. He knows who you are and where you've been. He's gotta work for you, a plan and a destiny. Do you know who you are and who you're meant to be? No longer need approval, no longer need to please. The only thing that matters is your will for me. No longer need approval, no longer need to please. The only thing that matters is your will for me. So find out who you are, maker of the sun, moon, and stars. He knows your whole existence. He knows who you are and where you've been. He's gotta work for you, a plan and a destiny. Do you know who you are and who you're meant to be? Wish I had the answer. I wish you could see that all of these things happening, they wouldn't have to be. I know all the pressure that you feel. Really deep down, you wanna know what is real. Overwhelmed is when something takes you under and it wants to bury you. You feel defeated, but the truth is you can rise up and you can stand up. Hold to the rock, hold on to the anchor. Climb a mountain, you're not defeated. So choose what you believe in, and what you trust in, what your excuse then. Overwhelmed is when something takes you under and wants to bury you. You feel defeated, but the truth is you can rise up and you can stand up. Hold to the rock, hold on to the anchor. Climb a mountain, you're not defeated. It's taking my focus. This is my life. I do have the choice to decide. Oh, it plays over inside my head, controlling my everyday, my life and my ways. So I choose to live the way God created me. He is my friend and He is my guide. He's a way Set my boundaries, I will recover. I will be grounded, and I will be focused. 'Cause this won't take me over any longer. 'Cause I choose to live and recover. So I choose to live the way God created me. He is my friend, and He is my guide. He's the way, truth, and the life. So I choose to live and not die. Boundaries and rules, guidelines and limits. I choose what and who will cross that line. Boundaries and rules, guidelines and limits. This is my life. I draw the line. So I choose to live the way God created me. He is my friend. He is my guide. He's the way, the truth, and the life. So I choose to live in our time.
Beautiful voice. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, your music just puts me in a place.
Good.
And I
Good.
think that the whole household appreciates that place.
Good.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much, Erica.
Yeah,
That was
thank
phenomenal.
you. Thank you. Yeah.
And Erica, I'm going to put a prediction out there. I'm predicting that that's going to be a hit for you, lady. I'm looking forward to seeing you receive that Grammy.
Yeah, I received that. I do. And I'll take it.
All right. Well, I'm gonna see. Remember me when, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So you guys, it's that time. I want to thank all my guests.
Yes.
Nikita,
thank you.
Thanks. Thank you so much for joining me here. Misty Johnson, you phenomenal lady, you. And Erica Renee McKinney. You all, and thank you all, viewers. Thanks for watching. Now I'm going to be back again next Wednesday, same time, same place. So don't forget to follow me here, meet me there, save, like, and share. Bye, guys.
Bye.